I grew up in Westport on the west coast of the South Island. Quite often I lie and say that I'm from Punakaiki, but moved up to Wellington about 7-8 years ago. When I first got involved in doing animal rights stuff, I started just going along to demonstrations. That led to me helping to organise awareness raising and fundraising events. One of the ones that I did was at Civic Square to raise awareness about pigs. At the time that I had started the project, I didn't actually realise that I was in over top of my head. It was a pretty successful day, but I was out of pocket $1,500 at that time, having been on the dole, been a student for a good couple of years by then. $1,500 was just this incomprehensible amount of money. That really was the point at which I actually burnt out from activism and really went into a cave. Yeah, a pretty hard time to sort of go through. As I was coming out of that, I started to get involved in stenciling. At first, it was simply about just having fun and going around town at night, spraying up stencils. It was a method of being able to express myself, put up images that I thought other people might appreciate or express various different ideas and opinions. It just kind of took over, really. This is the first poster that I ever did. It's a poster for Upper Hutt Posse. Sage Francis, MC from Rhode Island. Cornerstone Roots, Rex Royale. Rip-On. And the most recent one was for Parihaka Peace Festival. They take so long to do and so labour intensive, it's pretty hard to get more than a couple done each year. That's all my Stencil posters to date on one clothesline. Hopefully in another year and a half, the clothesline will be full. These days I find it really difficult to get out and do stencils on the street. See if I can find something that I can... Oh, shit. Fuck. Sometimes you go to this huge amount of effort. Ah. Oh, fuck. Ah. I can remember spending around about 3 days working on this street piece and then going and pasting it up and somebody taking it down within about an hour to go and put up on their flat wall. And that was just gutting, you know? It was like, oh, fuck. And then a lot of the other time we go, put them out and then half have survived. It's pretty much pointless. Okay, fuck it. It's a real sort of frustrating thing, you know? It's like you've got your works that you do for sale that people can go and have. Stuff that I do for the street is actually for that. It's to add something to the street or to beautify it, or it's for a lot of people to share, not just one or 2 people. I start off by taking the photos. Then I take those images, edit them in the computer, cut out various different elements, create my layers. I print that out. Then I'll lay down the PVC plastic and cut out one of the layers, then take that away, put on another sheet, and continue like that until I finish cutting all the layers of the image. My goal with stenciling was always to try and develop it as an art form. I quite like painting on found objects. I was sort of out on a scavenging mission looking for canvases, and we went down an alleyway and my friend was like, oh, you should take that door home, and I'm just like going, no, fuck, I don't want to carry it. But it ended up being a piece that I was really, really happy with. Quite often do adaptions of the same stencil. This is a tabletop. It's incredibly heavy. Again, found down an alleyway. One of the greatest things that happened was learning that, okay, cool, you can actually treat a stencil like a brush. It doesn't have to be this distinct object that's pre-cut and designed. I really fell in love with packing crates as a medium. Each one's just so unique and different. still really like doing really distinct characters and landscapes, but I do find it really enjoyable just having stencils that I can build up layer upon layer and create different depth within the work. It can be an incredibly torturous experience. You know, I've had things like my fingers bleeding from cutting stencils and, you know, arm ceases up from being in that same position for so long. Stenciling posters is an incredibly intensive way of doing them. However, I kind of fell in love with them and I just wanted to be able to do things that weren't so generic and more as a merchandise thing rather than just strictly posters. People seem to really like them, steal them. It's sort of amazing the number of different places that I find them popping up in. One day when I was sitting in town having coffee and my friend Rob C walks past, he's just been to the picture framers and he's got every single stencil poster that I'd done freshly mounted. I was blown away that this person had gone to the expense of going and mounting all of my stencil posters. Even though they're torturous, I don't really feel like I can stop doing them.